What was I was going to do Iron Bobber, the prog godson or something. This mad person on the internet has spoken. Yeah. Welcome to another Fun with YouTube comments. Once again, this is all real. This happened. We haven't changed anything. It's full paragraphs of information that were said. I had to edit it down because this went on all day. Okay. Oh. It was so long. We can't do all of it. So I had to edit it, but I've not changed any of the meaning. And the things that they're being answered to are the things that are being answered to. It does make sense and it is a conversation. With the exception of the very end, we've got to be clear, the last thing he said, which is completely ridiculous, was a response to me saying I was going to make this video, actually. But that's not what it does on this video. So that's the only bit. Everything else is genuine, okay?
Okay. I mean, I saw one comment, I think. I saw the comment that started it.
What was I say? I need to get over the horrors of my past life. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it.
Kev,
it's
great. It's a great video. Don't worry about it.
That guitar. It was that guitar there, Columbus. Okay, yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, it was a bit. I mean, normally with these things, obviously people have a sort of brain fart, and they're not people who've had a lot of experience with internet debates, and there's someone on their computer in their house saying things they don't like. What are you talking about? And it escalates usually. But with this guy, he kind of got more reasonable as he went along, because what he kept doing was he'd get pushed into a corner and then he'd move to another thread and start attacking me again, but at a slightly different angle. So I'll just quote the whole thread. So I've completely destroyed the comment section. It's just me quoting him. So yeah, except for the very end when he just says something random. And it's interesting how it shows how the random thing he says is so random, but topical. So you can see how neurons are firing, and that's quite funny. Okay, enjoy. Oh, sorry, this is this conversation between Spectre the 14th and
Wallace.
Yeah. William Wallace. You guys need to talk about the music on the album rather than the characters.
Okay, this song is in 4/4 and is in A. The guitar solo features some blues bends and some major thirds. Yeah, not our best review ever, but it's all about the odd treatment of the sound. That's what we were talking about, not the people, really. In fact, I did say we weren't interested in that stuff. That's for the new wave people.
You skirt around the periphery, but don't actually tackle the actual content of the music. Your Van de Graaff generator reviews are drivel. You are simply out of your depth in analysing the lyrical concept of these albums. I tried to redress the balance by offering my own take on the content in the hope of some thoughtful response, but to no avail.
Ah, yes, I remember that. You complained about us not talking about the music and then wrote a long review where you didn't mention the music once. Yeah, turns out that the reality is that if we did talk about the music, which we could but we're too lazy, you wouldn't understand most of it. What you really mean is that a casual, irreverent chat about an album doesn't satisfy your pretensions.
I think I gave a fairly good appraisal of the lyrical concepts of Van de Graaff generator albums Still Life and God Bluff. There is no point in reviewing these albums if you can't or won't study the lyrical content. I'll tell you what. This is an absolute belter in terms of self-righteous arrogance to suggest that if you did talk about the music, I wouldn't understand it. All I'm saying is if you're going to review an album, do so with some degree of integrity.
Absolute belter in terms of self-righteous arrogance is an epic piece of projection. Just read your posts, both here and on the Van de Graaff generator videos. Back, I'm just responding to what you've said. If you don't want a casual irreverent chat about something you want to be pretentious about, don't watch it, get over it, go and listen to the music and enjoy it. The end.
Your comment that I didn't mention the music once while reviewing the Van de Graaff generator Still Life is idiotic, indicating that you have major deficiencies in reviewing albums where lyrical content is important. So much so that you apparently don't even consider lyrics to be music. I know nothing about complex jazz structures in musical terms, but I tell you what, I know when I'm being entertained, and that's what matters to me. Is that what you think it's important in music? Music? If that were the case, no one would buy any albums since they wouldn't be intellectually qualified to do so. If the reviews aren't important, why upload them in the first place?
I thought I was the one with self-righteous importance. Lyrics are by definition not music. This has no bearing on whether lyrics are important or not. You said we didn't talk about the music. You did not say we did not talk about the lyrics. Would you like a shovel? Okay, all that is left is for you to get over the complex you have. Both the superiority complex about lyrics and the inferiority complex you have about musicians. If you don't like it, don't watch it. That really should be the end.
You're finding it incredibly difficult to take any sort of criticism, even when it's constructive, and I have been constructive, but you fail to notice. In my opinion, and that's all it is, that's probably what you need to put at the subheading above as a disclaimer when reviewing albums to replace your current ethic of absolutely no criticism of our reviews or methodology is allowed. Everything we say is sacrosanct and beyond reproach. Any criticism is met with a brick wall of pushy defence that would be made to appear the originator's fault. The bottom line is most of your reviews are drivel, but they don't have to be. I've already given you some constructive solutions, but no response. Perhaps I need to lessen my expectations of you. Perhaps I just need to realise that you are just crap reviewers who are defending the right to talk drivel. And I better get used to it, eh?
We take constructive criticism all the time, including from other people in an actual thread on this page you created. Someone has just criticised us on another video. Geez, we are our biggest critics. Our videos are shit. It's just for fun.
I do want you to talk about the music and the lyrics, but it seems that you're bereft of the ability to do either. You rate the albums before anyone has had a chance to comment. You might want to ask your viewers how they rate the album instead of doing it yourself. That way you might open up real dialogue with your viewers. Is that so bad? When I said you guys need to talk about the music rather than the characters, all you needed to do was swallow your pride and say point taken. Instead, you declared World War III.
Once again, just read back my original response. It wasn't shirty, it was perfectly reasonable. You then declared World War III because the crux of what you were saying was wrong.
You sound like you belong in Stalinist Russia. If all the comments are anything to go by, I take it I will be eliminated by the time it is appropriate. All this criticising the regime. Who did I think I was to try and subvert the Wenton King and his empire of shit? Good night, although I might not make it till morning.
What on earth are you on about?
I agree your reviews are meaningless. If you can't improve on meaningless, get off the internet. The music can get by quite well without you.
Wait, what does that have to do with Stalinist Russia? I thought you feared for your life. That was a big turnaround. Back into ad hom nonsense. Has the proletariat risen and you are now the dictator? Am I being silenced? No, don't, please. No!